Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Om Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langhayate Girim Yakrpatamaham Vande Paramanandamadhavam Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणी गोविंद माधवा गोपाल केशव गोविंद माधवा गोपाल केशव गोविंद माधवा गोपाल केशव गोविंद माधवा गोपाल केशव जय नंद मुकुंद नंद गोविंद राधे गोपाला जय नंद मुकुंद नंद गोविंद राधे गोपाला गिरिधारी गिरिधारी जय राधे गोपाला गिरिधारी गिरिधारी जय राधे गोपाला घन श्याम 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 राधे राधे गोपाला घन श्याम 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 राधे राधे गोपाला जय नंद मुकुंद नंद गोविंद राधे गोपाला जय नंद मुकुंद नंद गोविंद राधे गोपाला गोविंद माधवा गोपाल केशव गोविंद माधवा गोपाल गोपाल केशव गोपाल केशव बोलिए राधा श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की Srimad Bhagavad Gita chapter 8 we shall chant verses 4 and 5 chapter 7 sorry what did I say progressive thinking it's called distraction chapter 7 verses 4 and 5 Together. Bhumirapo nalo vayuh kham mano buddhireva cha ahankara ideyam me भिन्ना प्रकृतिरष्टधा अपरेयमितस्त्वन्याम् प्रकृतिं विद्धि मे परा जीवभूतां महाबाहो ययेदं धार्यते जगत्. Bhagavan Shri Krishna introduces himself first by talking about his power. We also, when we introduce ourselves, first we talk about what all we have, what we have achieved, etc. That is a common conventional introduction. I have studied so much, I have achieved so much, I have got these awards, this is my accomplishment, this is my educational qualification. So, okay, this is all about you, but then who are you? That is very difficult for us also in transactional world also. If we have to introduce ourselves, if somebody asks, who are you? That's very difficult to say. I can say I have so much of wealth, I have studied so much, I have got so many awards to my name. That all we can say. What is mine is what we say first. Then we say who we are. So that is a different way of talking. So coming from the peripherals to the core, coming from what is familiar to something that is to be known. So it is going towards the abstract from the concrete. So it is a nowadays this same thing simple Bhagavan just spoke two shlokas very nice. But then this is what is if we package it as this is a teaching pedagogy today, modern science. Now this is how education is to be imparted. You start from what you know and then go towards what you need to know, and then it will become a theory of education. Bhagavan very simply just spoke. You know all these five elements? I know. That is my power. Oh, that's your power. Now you know who I am. Not really, but a little bit I know. Little bit you know. Now I have greater power. Oh, like that. Upper, higher. Oh, higher also you have. Oh, then you must be higher than that. That is what I am. So see, from what we know to what we ought to know. This is the journey that Bhagavan is taking from. All our scriptures are like this. Even Bhagavad Gita overall, if we see, how did it start? By an overconfident Arjuna who became dejected looking at the challenge and then saying, I will not do my duty. So, oh, this I know very well. You know, from there now we have to go to where you have to go. So I know I don't want to do what is there in front of me. I want to do something else. You know, we always try to do something else. So said no, that you know that you are familiar. From there only the whole journey starts and where we need to reach, what we need to know. So here Bhagavan is saying, these are my two prakritis, two natures, two powers. The lower, which is divided in 8 ways, and the higher, which is that consciousness identified with one individual equipment. So, this way, the division is there, and these two are my prakriti, my nature. The most important words in these two verses, fourth and fifth words, is mine. Whose nature is this? Whose prakriti? Bhagavan is saying it is my prakriti. That is most important. Because why are you telling me about all these things? You are going to say that you will know the way I teach you and the way you should listen is for knowing me completely. So you talk about yourself. Why are you talking about other things? Other things are not other things. They are my nature, my power. So that is most important, and we will see the importance of that when the presentation. That same my will be used, but in a little different way. Then we will know more about it. But for now, Bhagavan is saying this is mine means what? This is not me. None of this is me, whether it is the microcosm or even the macrocosm. He's saying, I am that consciousness which is beyond both these. Jiva Bhuta Maya Mahabhaho Yedam Dharyate Jagat. Now, we remember yesterday's, do we need to repeat further? This much is enough. Can we move on? Yes? So that lower nature, higher nature, and both are my nature, and this is how the whole universe is supported by this only. And then he's saying in the sixth verse, he is continuing, all this is jnanam. This is all knowledge or information. Then he will move to insights. So now he is information and then insight. So he's in the sixth verse, he is continuing. एतद्योनीनि भूतानि सर्वाणीत्युपधारय अहं कृत्स्नस्य जगतः प्रभवः प्रलयस्तथा. Sarvani Bhutani, all these beings of this universe, Etad Yonini, they are all created by, their source is this. This means what? These two Prakritis. These two, the two powers that I have, the lower and the higher, the combination of these two is the source of all the beings. Sarvani Bhutani Etad Yonini. They are all born out of these two. Some places in modern science and all, what is it said? That this whole creation is a combination of energy and matter. We hear these two, energy and matter. What is the lower prakriti here? Matter. Higher prakriti, energy. Combination, this whole universe. But it is not just direct matter and energy. These are words from the modern science that we are right now referring to. But it is not, the translation of this lower prakriti and higher prakriti is not energy and matter, but just for us to understand that a combination of these two is required. For example, if you have even the devices that we have, whether it is a phone or a computer or something, all these devices, it is a combination of hardware and software combination. So this together is what makes it function. There is hardware, there is software, but is that gadget or that device running only because of hardware and software? No, it needs electricity. You should not forget that electricity is very important. Without electricity, whatever hardware, whatever software, it will be of no use. But can electricity help us send a message directly? It works through this two natures, software higher, hardware lower. Till what time I keep my device, physical device, till the software is working. After some time, there are some gadgets nowadays, so now we will not even understand this example maybe. But that, new versions of the operating systems or softwares keep coming. If the device is old, after some time it will say you can't upgrade any further because this device will not let you upgrade. So now this is the maximum. Now more than that, if you try to upgrade, then it will crash. It will not work. So now there is a limitation. So till what time will I keep that hardware, the external device? Till the time it can run my operations through the software. But once that goes away, after that, or if there is no software inside, there is no application inside, there's no operating system inside, then hardware will be very good, but of no use. And after that, what we do? Uh, if this card will it be useful? This chip will it be useful? We take out everything because the whole thing it is no use. We know it. So then we disassemble it and then we say, does it have any value? You can use it. You use it in your phone. You can use this part. This part is there. Something you can open it up and use the parts all disintegrated. So what kept it integrated? That software which was running in it. As soon as it stopped running, it got yayedam dharyate jat. But this combination of this higher and lower software and hardware, this combination is what is the way to use or for these devices to be useful. These two are required. So any production happens, both these are important. Without hardware, software is of no use. Where will we load it? How will it interact with us? And without software, hardware is of no use. So it has to be a combination of both these. So even in this example of the electrical appliance, the appliance is there, there is a bulb, but there is no electricity flowing through it. What is the point? And if electricity is there, but then it is in the wire that is flowing nearby, it is not connected, then even then it is of no use. It has to be connected. So which means that this higher and lower prakriti, these two in combination only creates everything. So all these beings, what are we all? All these beings, whether and it is not just human beings. Sarvani Bhutani means all beings. All beings includes even animals, even trees, and all. Every living being is a combination of these two. The lower prakriti, higher prakriti. These two in combination. Etadyonini bhutani sarvani. And he is saying, Bhagavan is saying, Iti upadharaya. Hey Arjuna, know this. This is to be known. Oh, okay. Good piece of information. I know. But what do I do of this information? Okay, I got it. I understood that it is a combination of the higher and lower prakriti that this whole world is created. All the beings are created. What does it mean? What do you mean? What does it mean? It means it is created by these two prakritis. What more should? If it is these two prakritis only create, then what does it mean? What can you say? What do I have to say? That is why we need a guru. That's why Krishna is not stopping there. Second line. The second line is vijnanam, the insight. What is the insight? That okay, this whole world is made up of the combination of the lower and higher nature of the Lord, which means what? It means that He, the Lord, is the cause of this whole universe. Did we get the connection? If these two powers, these two prakritis are in combination, the source of all the beings, this universe, then what is or who is the cause of this universe? The cause of this universe is not these prakritis. It is the one who wields these prakritis. It is not the powers which create, it is the one who has the power who is the creator. That is why he says, Aham Kritsnasya Jagataha Prabhavaha Pralayah Tatha. I am the source and I am the destination. I am the one who creates, and in me it gets all of it gets dissolved. I am the substratum of this entire universe. I may be using my, no, for example, we cook. To cook, we use some ladle. So, who made the food? Ladle? The ladle did not make, the lady with the ladle made it. So the lady can give up the ladle and take up something else and make. The lady is important, not the ladle. So similarly, if the Prakriti is in combination is this whole universe, then that doesn't mean that Prakriti has done something. It is the wielder of the Prakriti who is the cause of everything. So who is the one that has to be recognized? And this is the deeper insight. This is called vijnanam. Second verse, what it is? Jnanam teham sa vijnanam idam akshami asheshata. I'm going to give you completely this knowledge along with direct experience, along with the insight. This is the insight. That if you understand that this whole universe is created from the combination of the lower eightfold nature and the higher nature, then what does it mean? It means that I am the source of this whole universe, and in me all this gets dissolved. Everything manifests from me, everything goes back into me. Prabhavaha pralayah tatha. So I alone am. So it is not the so I make a phone call. How did you make a phone call? The phone made a phone call. You can't make a phone call. I used the phone, but the one who is using the phone is the sentient person who is making it. So without the consciousness, where is the higher Prakriti? Where is the lower Prakriti? There's nothing. So it is the consciousness that is actually the substratum of this universe, the very source of everything. So where did all this come from? And this is what is most important to be understood, because many theories, whether they are ancient theories or even modern theories, we find that these theories consider the cause of this universe to be various things. Somebody says that it is an atom from which this whole universe came. Somebody says that it is energy from which it came. Somebody, so different types of things they say. But all this, whether it is an atom or energy, is it all not a part of the universe already? So when we are hunting for the cause should be beyond that effect. It cannot be part of the effect. It is a sound. Now sound is a part of the creation. I'm not saying that the cause will not be there at all. But I can also create sound. It is something that can be born in this creation. How can that be the very cause? So, whatever theory I may have, if the cause is understood to be something which is a part of the creation, which was created or which can be created, then it is not the ultimate cause. It can be the immediate cause, but it cannot be the ultimate cause. We say that okay, everything in this whole universe is made up of atoms. Very good. We say, how is atom made up? What is atom made up of? Is it made up of something? So you know, it is made up of positive and negative charge. The protons and electrons are there. Okay, positive, negative. Where did they come from? What is their source? So there are so many theories in these, theory within theory, theory within the cause of the cause of the cause of the cause. Ultimately, where does the buck stop? What is the ultimate cause? That cause has to be a causeless cause only. Otherwise, if it also has a cause, which means that is also part of creation only. So it has to be a causeless cause only. And what is the causeless cause? Which can never be caused, which can never be created. That alone can be the ultimate cause of the creation. And what is that ultimate cause of the creation? Here Bhagavan says, Aham, I. I means what? That consciousness which is not identified with just one body. Because one body identified is the higher nature. But that is not the cause of the universe, because that higher nature is also part of the entire creation only, each being. But that consciousness, that infinite consciousness, recognizing its glory beyond all these instruments, beyond the two natures, prakritis, that causeless cause is the ultimate cause of this universe. Aham Kritsnasya Jagatah Prabhav Pralayastata. So anywhere we stop for the cause of this universe, that if it is something that can be created or that was created, then it is not the ultimate cause. So we have not yet gone to the cause. We are still in the effect only. It may be an immediate cause, but not the ultimate cause. Today was born at the end of yesterday. So yesterday was the cause of today. Yesterday was the cause of today. Then what was the cause of yesterday? A day before yesterday. Whatever the day before that, the day before that. Now it will go on forever. Same way when who is my cause, my parents. Okay, their cause, their parents, their cause, their parents. You can keep going on and on and on. Till how long will we go? We may not know so much also, but we know there has to be a cause definitely. Where does it all begin? And that is why we have these all, very intriguing question. What was the first birth? I want to know that. What was the first thought? I want to know that. We feel that, but then as soon as I identify, even if I say, okay, this was the first thought or this was the first birth, then the question is, what was there before that? Because that cannot be the cause. The cause has to be before that, which is beyond all this. That only can be the cause. So that is why, what is the insight? What is this deeper? Aham Krishnasya Jagatah Prabhavav Pralayastata. I am the source of all this creation and I am the destination of all this creation. The wielder of these powers is the source of everything. So I, the wielder of the lower and higher Prakriti, I am beyond these two. Therefore, I only become the cause. It is not these two. They cannot be independently function. I am the cause. I only make it happen. And everything comes back to me. Oh, okay. Hmm. Very good, Bhavan. Good stuff. I like it. But I have a question. Okay, Arjun, what is your question? My question is, you said this whole universe, all the beings are created by the combination of these two prakritis. Understood. But the cause of this universe are not these two prakritis, but the one whose powers these are. So it is I am the cause because I am beyond these two prakritis and I am the cause of this universe. This also understood. But my question is, what is your cause? What is beyond you? You are saying you are the cause, okay. But what is your cause also? Where did you come from? In children's language, what will we say? That if God is the mother and father of the universe, then who are mother and father of God? Source. What is the cause? Source. So Bhagavan is not taking anything for granted. He told that I am not going to hold back anything. So he is saying this question may come to the mind. So therefore, he has answered it in the seventh verse. Mattaf parataram nanyat किञ्चिदस्ति धनञ्जय मयि सर्वमिदं प्रोतम् सूत्रे मणिगणा इव मत्तः परतरं न अन्यत् किञ्चिदस्ति. There is nothing else beyond me. What did Bhagavan say? After I am going to tell you, I am going to give you that knowledge, knowing which after that nothing more will remain to be known. If there is something beyond this, then it will be remaining to be known. So he is confirming there is nothing. So this whole world, immediate cause, the combination of these two prakritis. But what is the substratum of these two prakritis? Me. What is beyond you? Nothing else. In the Upanishad, it is said that nothing is beyond that supreme self. That is the ultimate. Mattah parataram nanyat kinchidasti. There is nothing else other than me, beyond me. The supreme reality, the supreme ultimate cause. I am that. Nothing else. There can't be any other example for this. Because even if we take chalo electricity example the way we took yesterday, now there can be some, okay, where was electricity created? Somewhere in the turbine, some water or thermal power station, whatever power station it was created. So it was created somewhere. So the examples have limitations. But the principle is that if I, the wielder of these two types of powers, am the cause of this universe, there is no cause of mine, there is nothing beyond me. Because the infinite can only be one, there can't be another infinite. I am the infinite cause. Oh, if you are the infinite cause, then again I have a question. What is the question? It is said that the effect is pervaded by the cause. Simple rule. If there is any effect, it is pervaded by the cause. For example, if there is a pot, it is pervaded by mud. If it is a wave, it is pervaded by water or ocean, whatever. If there is an ornament, it is pervaded by gold. So, this whole universe, if you are the ultimate cause, it should be pervaded by you. But we don't see you. If you say, I am the support and the substratum, then underneath also I don't see you. If you say, I am over everything, covering everything, above also I don't see you. If you say, I am interwoven in everything, I am not seeing you there also. Why are you not seen? If you are the cause, you should be seen everywhere, in everything. This whole universe you should be seen. Why is it not seen? Why am I not able to see you? Because what is this chapter about? The chapter is about knowing that consciousness, knowing that supreme reality, knowing Bhagavan, knowing the Lord. Now, if the Lord is the cause of this universe, why am I not able to see this? Now, this is such a relevant question. And it is not something outdated. Today also we are asking the same question. That if he is the cause of this whole universe, then why is he not seen? Where is he? Is he limited to some place of worship, only some temple or church or mosque or such places only? And if it is only in this place, then he is not all pervading. So how do I know? So therefore, here Bhagavan gives a beautiful example. What is the example he's saying? He's saying that all this entire universe, everything, every being in this universe is like a large garland which is strung around me. I am the thread that has strung the beads of all the things and beings in this universe. Mai sarvamidam protam, protam strung. I'm giving an example. Sutre Manigana iva. Like on a string, there are different beads. Same way, this whole universe, with all its variety and plurality, everything is strung on me. Sutre Manigana iva. That is how the whole universe is held together. I am that unifying force. I am that reality which holds everything together. Now, such a beautiful example, because when we look at such a garland, it may be a garland of flowers, it may be a garland of pearls, or whatever it may be. Whatever we see is only those things which are strung, not the thread which is passing through all. And the thread passes through each bead, each flower, each element. And the beauty of that string is it is not visible. Not only that, it is not also affected by what it is stringing. There may be different types of beads, different sizes, different colors, but the thread is one and the same, and it is connecting and holding everything together. And when it is held together, there is beauty. Otherwise, individual beads, it is just there, different beads are there. But when it is connected together, strung together, then there is beauty, there is value, and there is utility also. What will I do with beads? If you say here, handful of beads I'm giving, what will I do with this? But if I give this is a garland or something, okay, you at least can wear, or a bracelet or something. At least it is useful. I can do something with it. With beads, what will I do? Individual. So there is one reality that connects everything. And if we want a name for it, what is common between all these things in the universe? Things and beings. Everything is recognized as existent. This mic is, the chair is, table is, book is, each of the things is. I am, you are, he is, she is, tree is, animal is, insect is, bird is, everything so that is common in everything. We cannot recognize the absence of anything. Huh? We cannot recognize anything as absence. How is it that possible? Because even recognizing absence has the element of existence, right? Because if we have to say that, is there a jug on this table? Jug? Jug is present? No. Then jug is absent? Jug is absent. Huh? So what am I seeing? I am seeing there is absence of the jug. I am recognizing absence as is, means existence only. So even if something is non-existent, I am able to recognize it only as existence. Existence is common in every experience, every being, everything. And that existence is the thread which has held this entire universe together. If I recognize the thread, then I will never take it for granted. I will never be able to ignore it. I have seen it. Then and it is there. I don't have to keep on looking. Is it still there? Is it still there? I want to see it. I know it. The very fact that this whole garland is together, which means what? The thread is there. So there is nothing beyond me. I alone am. And I am that cause of the universe, and this cause alone keeps everything together. Very practical example for this keeping together part. In families also. Big families are there. Earlier we used to have like many brothers, sisters, you know. So big families used to be there. This whole family. Till that grandfather, grandmother, somebody that head of the family, the elder of the family is there. Till that time, everyone is together. Then, when that person passes away, then all slowly disintegrate. What happened? That cause of this whole family. Cause. It's the cause. The parent or the grandparent, whoever it may be. The cause, when that goes, disintegrate. Till the time it is there, it is holding everything together. But can it be seen? It may not be seen. It is holding everything. So as long as the cause is there, but this cause, it is always there. It can never be, not there. It can never be absent. It can never be non-existent. It is existence. So that supreme cause of this universe, which is in and through everything and beyond also. But there is nothing beyond it. Now, there is only one limitation with this example, which Shankaracharya in his commentary has explained it to clarify it. What is the limitation of the example? In the example, we find there is a thread and there are beads which are different from the thread. So there are beads and thread, two different things. Here there is a problem. Where did the beads come from? Whereas what is the principle? The principle is these are all my own nature. So it is not different from me. I alone am. So for that Shankaracharya is given beautiful example. We must all have seen this, There are some knotted threads. Have you seen? Threads, especially those thicker woolen threads, they are knotted. So then there's like kind of a texture formed. Sometimes it is made into a small mala also for the hand and all. Small little. So knots, not made from the same thread. So it is still a garland. It seems to be having beads, but those beads are made from the same thread only in knots. So Shankaracharya says you should understand this kind of threads. So which means what? Beads also that only, thread also that only. Nothing new has come. Here also he is saying that my lower nature, higher nature, both this combination. I am the ultimate, the ultimate cause. So there is nothing other than me. My nature cannot be an independent entity like a bead. My nature also is that only, same only, not different from me. Whatever is my nature, can it do something apart from me or independent of me? No. If I say that I can paint, okay, can you lend me your ability to paint for 2 days? I want to make a painting. Then I will return back to you. Possible. I have some singing program coming. So can you give me your singing ability? I will just borrow it 2 3 days. That's all. Then I will give it back to you. I have a concert coming up. I want to use that and I will give you. It is not possible. It is one only. That singer, you have to take the singer also along. You can put that singer on the backstage with the mic, and then on the front stage, you can just move your lips, and that person is singing. And if you're not in good terms with such a singer, don't put them backstage, so they will change the song. So it will come as a package. It is not that my power and me are different, or my ability and me are different, my prakriti and me are different, nature and me are different. Cannot be different. It is one only. There is one only which has brought about this entire creation. But how? Where is the variety? Eightfold plus one. What more variety do we want? If we know some mathematics, in combination, it can create so many different varieties. This is enough. Eight, more than enough. So this entire universe, he says, this is vijnanam. Now, most important, further insight. Not next verse, this verse only. Hmm? Immediately when we say now, okay, next verse, what is it? These two lines, like the second line of the sixth verse and the seventh verse, these two places, there is Bhagavan is saying, I am the cause of this whole universe. There is nothing beyond me. Everything is strung into me like a garland. All these things, he says, me. Most important insight here, which leads us to that experience. Vijnanam, jnanam, vijnanam. Knowledge and experience. Information and insight. Greatest insight here is that as Bhagavan says, how will I recognize that? I also have to recognize as I only. If I say that I will recognize as that, then it is still different from me. We'll take, we'll go back to our dear electricity. Okay. Thank you for helping me. Because to get a proper example is very difficult. So sometimes it comes, then we take electricity Sharanam Mama. So, when the ignorant fellow, says I, what am I referring to? With respect to now, when we were talking about, the example of there is a bulb and the electricity passing through the bulb, but not knowing that it is beyond the bulb, it is identified only with the bulb and takes up the abilities of the bulb and says, I can glow, I can light up everything and all. That limited electricity, which is the higher nature of the total electricity, that higher nature electricity, till the time it keeps talking, it will talk as the bulb, and it will say, I can glow, I am making, no, I am giving so much of light, I am lighting up everything, I am drawing, no, driving away darkness, all these things, it will say all these things. But what is it referring to when it says I? It is referring to that limited idea of electricity identified with that bulb. But what is the real meaning of I? When that one also says I, what is the real meaning? Who is saying I? Who can say I? If that limited fellow, that limited electricity identified with the bulb and saying that I glow so much and all, if that limited entity recognizes the supreme electricity as that, will it ever realize its own self? Will it ever realize the supreme electricity as it is? Because I already have pushed it away. That electricity which is all pervading, nothing to do with me. Huh? You have to save me. I am a part of you. Huh? Where is there a part? Which part are you talking about? It is ignorance that has given this notion of being a part. And knowledge will make you realize there is no part, there is only one. So if that little electricity, the limited electricity, if it has to recognize the supreme electricity, how will it recognize? as something different from itself. It can recognize only as a pot has space. There is space inside a pot. Yes. So there is a pot, and inside a pot there is some space. Okay, empty pot. Even if it is filled, there is space only. It is just that the space is filled. That's all. So inside a pot there is space. What about outside the pot? There is space. Okay. So now let us say there is this great outer space. We call it, no, our Earth's atmosphere, and then the outer space. But where is Earth? It is also in space only. So let us call it as pot. Inside the pot, the space, we call it as pot space. Okay. And outside the external space is the infinite space. Okay. So these two, pot space, infinite space. Okay. Now, the existence of pot space, is it relative or absolute? It is only with respect to the pot, with reference to the pot. Without the reference to the pot, it is just space. But let us say there also the space says, I feel suffocated inside this little pot. Why can't the potter make a little bigger pot? This is such a small pot. I really am suffocated. Tiny pot he has made. I want liberation. Who is saying? Pot space is saying, not infinite space is not saying. Infinite space is liberated, ever liberated. Pot space is saying, I feel bound, I feel suffocated, I want liberation. What would be the liberation of that pot space? We will say breaking of the pot. Why poor pot you want to break? Even if the pot is broken, if that pot space sticks to its identity, I'm pot space, I'm pot space, without the pot also it can have that notion. It will get into another pot and say, now I know what to do. So breaking of the pot is not liberation. Dying of this body alone is not liberation. What is liberation? The pot space has to realize its oneness with the infinite space and says, I am not different from that space. It is only with reference to this pot that I feel that I am limited. Otherwise, I am that space only. There is no difference between me and the infinite space. Once that knowledge comes out, then whether pot or no pot, it really doesn't matter. Is ever liberated. Now, if you understand that, then pot space, how will the pot space recognize the infinite space? As long as it recognizes the infinite space as that or something outside, till that time it has not got knowledge of it. The pot space has to recognize the infinite space as I. Only then will the real knowledge, real experience take place. Otherwise, pot or no pot doesn't matter. Every wave has water, a limited amount of water. Every wave that rises in the ocean has water. But that water in the wave, identified with that wave alone, says, I was born, I lived for some time, I die. What is this? Such a ephemeral existence. But if that within that only, then let us say there's one big wave, one small wave, and then the small wave says to the big wave, what should I do? Now I am going to die. The big wave says, I have seen many waves. How come you have seen? You are also a wave only. You think I am a wave, but I am actually the ocean. I am actually waters. How do you know that? You also can know that. Oh, so I can also realize this ocean. Yes, Guru Shishya Samvad happens there also. Yeah, a bigger wave and a smaller wave, they talk to each other this way. Is a Guru and Shishya are talking to each other. The student and the disciple are there. And then they say, this is how it is. Oh, really? So what should I do? You meditate upon waters. Where should I go and meditate? Should I go to the Himalayas? No. Here only, where you are. Oh, but where is that water? Arey, what you are? I am the wave. Arey, you are the wave. But then, really, what you are? Within you, what you are? Within me, what am I? You are that water. You have to recognize that waters as yourself. You have to recognize that ocean as yourself. The moment you recognize how many ever waves may rise, how many ever waves may fall, it doesn't really affect me because I am that vast ocean. I am not affected by any of these coming and going. This is how your Bhagavan is saying, I am the cause of this universe means what? There may be so many things coming up, so many things that may dissolve. So creation and dissolution keeps happening. But I am the substratum. I don't get affected by any of it. And I means the seeker, the student also, when I hear this, I also have to know that I have to recognize this as I. I cannot keep saying that it is that, it is that, it is that, because that means I've already pushed that knowledge away from myself. This is the insight. This is vijnanam. How, what kind of experience will I have? The experience has to be as I only. It cannot be as this or that. So, to be able to experience that supreme consciousness as I, that infinite bliss as I, that is called liberation. That is called ultimate knowledge. And that is called the ultimate experience. Jnanam deham savijnanam idam vakshyami sheshata. Bhagavan promised that I'm going to tell you the complete knowledge along with its experience, direct experience. And the experience cannot be as this or that, it has to be as I am. If I have to recognize that, I have to also recognize I. But it is not just words. Oh, you study Bhagavad Gita. According to Gita, what is the cause of this universe? I am the cause of this universe. It is not for telling people. It is for understanding that spirit and experiencing it. People, realized masters never say such things. So if we say, we are proving that something off. So people will only sympathize with us. I told you don't go for this Gita class. पता नहीं क्या दिमाग खराब कर दिया हमने No, this is not the end. I'm saying Bhagavan is so compassionate. He is giving so many examples to understand this. So we'll see that tomorrow. He is not just leaving us with some principle and saying, now if you can understand, understand, otherwise what can I do? No. He is not just giving some concept. It is a subtle concept, no doubt. But he is also giving us so many examples just to drive home that point. That how he is like the string holding the entire creation together. We will see that tomorrow. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat